Ochakov is the name of a fortress on the Black Sea coast, one that has been burnt with gunpowder into the annals of Russian military history since the 18th century, when Russian troops took it by storm twice. By the way, the famous invincible general Alexander Suvorov took part in the second siege of the fortress in 1788. In our game, the famous name of Ochakov has been given to a Tier 8 Soviet cruiser. In the world of warships, Ochakov is the realization of a Soviet project for a small light cruiser developed in 1950. To be precise, it's one of 6 possible variants of this project, MLK 8152, which in Russian stands for a small light cruiser with 8 152mm guns. Soviet engineers designed ships with different artillery compositions, but using one uniform hull. For example, 3 turrets with 9 152mm guns or 6 twin turrets with 130mm guns. By the way, we already have one ship of the MLK clan in our game, Tier 10 cruiser Smolensk, which carries 130mm artillery. Since we began with guns, it's worth remarking that Ochakov's main battery has a good firing rate and high damage per minute. Her flat ballistics allow you to confidently hit enemies, including destroyers, at any range. I'll add that destroyers are Ochakov's speciality, so to speak. At the beginning of a battle, her maximum speed of 35 knots allows this cruiser to escort an Allied destroyer to a key area, while repelling enemy aviation with her decent anti-aircraft defenses. Within the key area, the cruiser will be able to quickly detect and sink any enemy destroyers thanks to her hydroacoustic search and surveillance radar. However, once the key area has been captured, Ochakov would be well advised to retreat. Her thin armor, small HP pool, and lack of repair party prevent her from being able to fight in the avant-garde for long periods. One-on-one duels with any ship type, with the exception of destroyers, might cost you dearly. Ochakov is at her best playing the role of a support ship on the second line, avoiding focused enemy fire. The cruiser has good maneuverability, which allows her to dodge enemy shells with a certain degree of success in case she's detected. At the same time, Ochakov boasts good concealment, which enables her to choose a safe firing range while keeping her target visible to any allies. Another feature worth mentioning is the defensive AA fire consumable she carries in a separate slot. Thanks to this, Ochakov won't fall as easy prey to carriers, but because of her modest HP pool, it's better to stick together with your allies to fight off any aerial threats. Torpedoes with a range of 8 kilometers can hardly be considered her main armament, but they might come in handy when you find yourself surrounded by enemies, or as a last means of offense when you're facing a battleship alone. Now, let's discuss how to improve the ship and unleash her full potential. Certainly, the choice of upgrades and commander skills depends on your personal preferences, but we recommend the following. Upgrades. Main armaments modification 1. Engine room protection, aiming system modification 1, steering gears modification 1, and concealment system modification 1. Commander skills for 10 points, priority target, adrenaline rush, superintendent, and concealment expert. With 19 points, add demolition expert, survivability expert, last stand, and preventive maintenance. The invincible Suvorov used to say that a good eye, swiftness, and onslaught are the foundations of victory. Follow his advice, and Ochakov will surely bring you glory and increased incoming credits. Good luck, captains. By the way, the successful assault on Ochakov in December 1788 was partially due to the merit of the father of the US Navy, John Paul Jones. He was a very interesting man, and it's worth reading about him while you're at home.